Hello and welcome back, I'm Joe, and this is Workers and Resources, and today it's gonna get exciting because I get to do what I like. Build, rail, distribution, something set up for the bauxite thingy. The truck is taking a really weird path there, but okay. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. The rail has not done a lot recently, but I'm okay with that because, well, I do have rail set up now, but I don't have a lot of money to do things. But my investment will come up very, very soon. I think a thing that we can contemplate at least, ooh, tower crane, is, see, do you have a track builder? Train set, tram, no track builder it looks like. That is unfortunate, but okay. We could get some of the, ooh, a 9,000 ton dumper. Yeah, let's just buy that one, because we will need them eventually. Let's see over here. Show all track builder. We want the big one. This one is the speed that you want to run at. Everyone else is simply too slow for many reasons, and the speed comes mainly from the material that this one can carry, which it doesn't even tell you. Empty weight 140 tons, it doesn't tell you things, but the length is 63 meters, which is longer than what the other ones can do. That's why we want this one, but it costs 120,000 ruble. It would have probably been smart to buy this on day one because it will be cheaper, but as you can see, I did not do that, so I guess that's okay, but I don't want to invest that right now before I have a full plan on what's going on next. This number is actually increasing. That is super exciting for me because that means things are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. No other way about that. That looks good. This looks bad. So I think maybe 13 is the right number. That's a lucky number for most people, right? So we're just going to continue that. This looks fine. We don't have a negative impact anymore. Loyalty is at 36%. And alcohol addiction, I believe, has gone down. I thought that was higher at some point. Regardless, here we are. We have our excavator sitting here, so we can actually do more things. We stopped just short of the bauxite processing plant right here, which is cool. Technically, this is the only place that actually requires any type of workers, which is nice. It almost looks like the, yeah, the overlay is a little green there where it shouldn't be, but that's fine. It's the only place that really requires workers here, but I'm thinking if I put a bus stop somewhere in here, maybe even on this triangle, then we can get some workers to walk to these bauxite mines as well, and that will speed up the production just a little bit. You get a few extra tons extra every day, and if you have workers, that's cool. If you don't have workers, you wouldn't even worry about that. So let's do that. Let's get a bus stop. Not the free one, because that's cheating. It's not. It's totally not cheating, but I want this bus stop in here just because I think it will look just fine and totally right and exactly like I want it. Do I want this one? Now I'm considering using one of these smaller ones. Are you cheaper? 400 workers. 0.9 tons of steel versus 0.6 tons of steel. Nope, you're the winner. This is completely unnecessary, but let's add some artificial drama to the Bewildered Seasons because we don't have enough of that, right? Right, good, cool. Glad we all agree. I'm going to leave that alone until we build that piece of road. And let's get our construction crews assigned to this. While we're here, let's check really quick how much construction we have going on. Just these roads. That's beautiful because that means we're not wasting any money. We're actually going to get some, ooh, 110,000. We're actually going to get some money coming in. Crops. It is going down, and these are just sowing. So, our crop trucks, which we initially sent away, probably have some work to do now. We have one covered hole sitting there that's not doing anything, and that makes me a little, well, consider it at least. What are you guys doing? Trash, trash, trash. These are just the trash trucks from the medium distribution office, which is fine. Do I have a used covered hole that I can assign to this thing? It looks like the answer is nothing that I like. They're all fine, but if they're not the bigger ones, then we don't want them. Do I have anything that I can export to the NATO side? Yes. Yes, I do. How much money? Oh gosh, I cannot wait to use these bigger trucks, rail wagons, whatever you want to call them. But, well, here we are. What are you doing? You are the clothes guy, and you 16,000. Okay, 16,000 per truckload. Now I want to consider if I can purchase any of the... Oh gosh, 15,000. Yes, I can actually afford it. I would like this one. Oh, refrigerated. They're only 10,000 uncovered. I love it. Let's get a quick export set up with some trucks that we may have available. Oh cool, we have 2 sitting here. They're not the biggest trucks, but that is fine. You're just gonna go out that way. That's also okay. I would like to do this without causing too much headache for myself. I'm really good at not paying attention to that, so I'm kind of looking around if I can find a truck that I can actually use for this. You're still bringing crops in, and that's important, so I kind of want to keep you around. You are bringing food to the place that matters, and we don't have an extra truck sitting here. However, we have extra trucks sitting out here, even a... that's a smaller one. These are both the same. I think this one is the guy that I'm going to use to bring some extra dollars into our bank. I clicked the wrong button there, sorry about that. So, new stop. Honestly, go here. 4.3 tons. How come... Yeah, this one is full, but this one wasn't. I was a little bit surprised by that because I expect both of them to actually be full, but here's what we're going to do. I will just send him directly to this guy, because that will access the internal storage of those 2 buildings as well. I want you to pick up clothing. Wait until full, otherwise this is stupid. And then I want you to take all those clothes out to here, because I just want a few extra dollars. Once we have like $30,000 or $40,000, I should be in a pretty good spot, because I just want to add more of the big trucks. The crops are going down, which is honestly a sign of I can get my first train going. Even if I don't have a lot of money, importing crops is the thing that kills us the most, and we are months away from actually getting some extra crops set up, delivered, doing things. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to get into. It looks like these are still filling up. That's honestly not a bad thing either. How's this going? Yep, just like I expected. That's nice. Let's get you assigned, and let's get more of the roads done. The faster they're done, the better. I hope we are not too far away driving distance-wise, but that should be fine. I was also considering that, where is it? This road technically just can continue into where we're going there, pending where the gravel will go eventually. The gravel industry, that is. I could plan that right away, but I think that's a little more than what we need to worry about today. I would like this to just fall in nicer. Give me a nice angle, but it doesn't do that. That's fine. So I guess it's just going to be a little bit like that. That should be fine. This will all be gravel. It's just a shortcut for our bus line. I can probably put some signs on here that does not allow any other vehicle types besides buses to drive on there, and we should be in pretty good shape. Cool. That guy's done too. Let's give that one the last piece of gravel going this way. Get me a little bit of dirt road just going here so we can actually build that eventually, and this is in pretty good shape. I don't mind going a little slower here because gravel really just doesn't cost a lot of money. Even though we're using almost 600 tons of gravel, it's not going to cost us much, and it's next to this industry, which is totally cool. All right, last time we're going to skip night here. Let's see what our city looks like at night, because it's probably going to be somewhat nice. Everyone drive. There you go. And this is a great time to see if you have any brownouts or blackouts, which it looks like we do not. That's great. But do you see all the traffic that happens over here? I think that's exciting. How's this going? We have food, we have meat, we have everything that we need there. We have food here, we have clothing here. That should be a no-brainer. We probably have too much for what we actually need, but we have everything, which is great. We even have some chemicals sitting there. All of those things are actually really good. We have so many clothes being packaged there, and we're starting to see more people in here. The first truck unloaded. Nice. Let's get the first used truck purchased. Hope it's still there. Covered. Yes. Give me that one. That's what we wanted. We could get the cistern. You're also not bad, but you cost 16,000, which I don't have at the moment. It's just nice to see. There's a dumper. 12 tons. Okay. but 90 kilometers per hour, so that's a better dumper. There's a snowplow that's a lot faster. There are a lot of things here that could actually really help us doing what we want to do. It looks like we have some fuel sitting here and a distribution office. I guess I will leave them there. I hope I don't forget that those are sitting out there that are currently not used. But now, it's time. Let's get the other things rolling. We have... Oh, the excavator's actually working. I don't really want you to work. I want you to be available for the next part. There's not enough gravel on here to finish this, right? No, still needs more, so that's good. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. Aggregates. Give me the big one, because I really don't know 100% how I want to handle this just yet. So this should work. I don't remember how I wanted to place this earlier. I'm sure it had something to do with how the road layout was, but this should be fine. And it will even give me an opportunity, and I'm actually going to move this up a little bit so the road aligns. This will even... Sorry, I clicked the button there without realizing it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. This should give me an easy conveyor. Really? It should, but it doesn't. Give me an easy conveyor connection, so let's take it back just a little bit, do a little bit of terraforming, and then... Oh, wow. This makes me think that the conveyors are very particular about being relatively straight, which is a little unfortunate, but oh well, we have a larger vanilla storage, so that should be worth something. This one looks like it's definitely going to be happy. I think here it will be happy as well. Apparently I moved it again there, whatever. This just goes straight in there, and I want to use that because I'm hoping, yeah, I can get a piece of road underneath here, because I have a feeling we will need that at some point. So let's just connect this to something reasonable, maybe into that node. That feels nice. We should have, well, we don't have footpath connections, but we really don't need it right now either. So what we can go ahead and do is allow the construction office to get this road done so we can start building out more of the small roads. And there's more stuff over here. Very cool. It's really exciting for me that only the roads are being accessed right now, because if that wasn't the case, it would just build a lot of stuff that I don't actually want to start on yet. So I'm happy with that. There's the gravel, there are the excavators, and now that I'm done with that piece, it's night again. Night moves so fast. Another 14,000 in the bank. Cool. Let's go over night again. Then we can start building the next piece, because bauxite is good for exporting, but we actually have to set up the export routes. And once you have the export routes done, you should probably consider how you're going to run the aluminum production, which you will want to get into eventually. And I don't think we have that much bauxite available for us. Yeah, there's a little bit here. There are a few more spots for sure, but they're really not that plentiful. So having bauxite is not just a free-for-all for aluminum later on. So here's what we're going to do. Fossil fuels, no. Advanced industries, yes, no. Hold on. Metallurgy, this one. So bauxite mine, we don't have the alumina plant yet, but I have to remember this one consumes 77 tons of bauxite a day, potentially. Okay, and I can produce essentially one. This is 1-to-1. So just having this one sitting here, the way it's set up, should work if we only want to produce aluminum down the road. But I forgot that we needed research to unlock this, so let's see if I can actually get that included in here. Aluminum oxide, there you go. Maybe by the end of the episode, we actually have that available to us to do something important. Do we have anything new here? We have that snowplow. Really like that. Flatbed, 17 tons of steel. That's actually nice, but it's not the main thing that I want to look at here. Long haul. Oh, it has a bigger flatbed capacity. That one feels very, 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 very handy. And this one has 23 tons of wood. That's a great wood industry addition later on if we want that. So we'll just let them continue. Okay, rail. Let's get rail in here. Now I think the rail will just live on this side, but I don't want to forget that we want to potentially drop off more raw bauxite here or more bauxite in here if we ever, well, when we extend the the aluminum industry here. There's also a chance that we're not going to do any of that, that we're simply going to pick up the bauxite from here and bring it to a different location for the aluminum production, which is required for airplanes, of course. So let's just see what we can do here. I want the train aggregate loading first. Yeah, let's go with loading first. And we have new ones. Can move all of these things. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. How's this look? You look fine. You have like 20 different ins, which is probably good. And it has 4 rail connections. That is probably what we're going to get out of that guy. This just has 2 and is really short. I wish this game would make a big deal out of who can connect to, or like if the trains are too long for your stations, it should actually slow something down. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And I guess we can survive that, but here you go. We could have this one right here. And I don't like this, I don't mind this idea that this one could connect to both storages if we have a surplus of what's going in here. It's just connected and we can pick up and drop off from the same location. Honestly, that sounds really good. I really like that. So let's do a little bit of terraforming here. There you go. Everything is still connected. And just to remind everyone, if you want to use the distribution office, you have to make sure that you do not have conveyor engines in between. Otherwise, the distribution office will get very confused and you won't get what you need. So that should be fine. People-wise, people are okay. Happiness has not risen anymore. Government loyalty is also not progressing the way I need it to. But maybe that's okay. We have a lot of vehicles driving around right now, which I'm assuming has something to do with us doing some type of construction. Which is totally fine. I think what I would like to start doing is get the monuments that I planned a long time ago as part of our construction. There you go. This one, I guess. And maybe that will help with our loyalty a little bit more, and that should be very helpful. How's this going? We don't have any clothes sitting there anymore. That's not surprising. And we have all the clothes pulled out of here, which probably just tells me that this guy, after this trip, can just go straight back to that distribution office or this one. Or can you just go here? You can probably just go here. I'm just going to set that up as the last stop. And then when it's done at the customs house, we'll just go here and drop that off. And that should be good. We have empty trucks to do more things for us right now that we clearly don't have anything to do for at the moment. How's this going? Crops are going down hard, so I do have to respect that. What are you guys doing? Food. Okay, that's good. Wood. Yeah, that's fine. We could do a wood industry, but it just doesn't make money, so I don't want to invest in that right now. Some of those things. We have some hazardous waste. Loading? Okay. Was this thing ever figured out? Are you able to do the things that you need to do? No. You are empty, but you have mixed waste up the wazoo, so that's not going anywhere. And that mixed waste is mostly ash and other waste, so this is already processed. That needs to go away. I think we can help that by adding one more transfer station. The big one that we use in all the other places already, because this should pull those extra, what am I saying? This should pull the extra mixed waste out of the general separation plant like this one, and should be able to run more. And if it runs more, we do create a little more traffic, but we're also making a little more money. So there you go. That should happen, I hope. Cool. Autosave. Thank you. Probably needed you. Check you again. Check you again. We're out of problems there. This one looks fine. You have things that you need besides mechanical components. Should I build a warehouse that's attached to this? Yes, I talked about that a long time ago, and I think now it's actually time that we do that, because we don't want the repair station to run out of things as easy as they do right now, and we can only drop off tiny amounts of anything, and that's not a good thing either. I think a small warehouse is totally sufficient for what we're trying to do here. Put this a little further back so it's nice and close to the residential building behind it, so if they want to steal something, they can. Let's get the road connection just a little closer like that. And because this is not super important road, Let's see what we can do here. I don't like that look. Let's make you go back just a little more. There you go. And give me some mud road. Shift. Okay, shift is helpful. I like that it gives me the angle connection now. So this is 84 degrees. Interesting. This is also 84 degrees, and it gives me some other numbers, but that's fine. And now just you coming in there, giving me an actual 90-degree angle. Should be all I need. And we can assign that to our construction crew. This shouldn't take very long. And at this point, I'm pretty certain that we're never going to build that warehouse, but I may as well keep it there because it adds some interest to things. Good, we're without any... We have enough places. We have enough workers sitting everywhere. 41% loyalty in this building. That's exciting. 87% happiness is also exciting. No criminality. All of those things are really, really, really good and exciting. Can we increase happiness a little bit here? I think we can, but we just have to allow a couple more extra workers on that location, and then we'll see how that goes. Cool. Back to here. We need some rail to do the things. Are we at the end of the day or at the beginning? We're at the beginning of the day. Cool. Yes, we need this one set up. How do we want this to work? Well, there's a big old mountain right next to us. What are we going to do with that? I don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure how we want to run this because there are many ways. So one way would be clearly not this one because there's a node right there and we can't actually cross that node in the way that I wanted to, which would be meaningful. But that's okay. I could take that road back just a little bit. Maybe that would help. But yeah, there's just a node there and it doesn't like to go across the node. That's fine. So one way would be to come in from here and exit that way. That could work. But I have to remember that at this point, we actually don't have a single place on our current planned rail network to turn around. There's no way for any train to go, well, to get back to anywhere that they want to go. Right now, it's all either in the distribution office or you're coming from the border, and that's really it. Speaking of border, I have to get the first train going, don't I? Yes, I do. Which means we can get rid of all the other wagons. Okay. I think I want to do that because I don't want to run out of crops because that's actually a thing that makes us money. So you can go there. Your explosives, you're exempt, you're special. 5.2 tons is max, yes. 10,000, very cool. You are electronics, totally different. You are chemicals for export, that's excellent. And these are doing something else, and you are doing cement because the concrete plant always needs more cement. So we're removing one extra truck, what it looks like. Maybe two. What are you? You're also a crop one, but... Oh, you're bringing crops out here. That's actually good news. I actually kind of like that. Let's see here. Show overlays, no construction. Yes, build that. Okay. So yeah, let's have a little train go back and forth on this thing. I think that will be cute. Adding a train is always... Sometimes... I can't add a train yet. I don't have a rail depot. Without a rail depot, you cannot purchase a train or get a train into the situation in the first place. So the thing that I wanted to do, I can't do unless I add some more rail somewhere that makes enough sense. And I don't know where that should be. Having the rail up here could be fine, but then I cannot really purchase trains from there. And, well, that just means this truck that was doing its thing just has to go back to bringing goods in, and I think we want to repurpose this one to do the same thing. Okay, and it'll probably be smart to also assign this guy to do the same thing because, yeah, you're not supposed to pick up 26% of anything. You actually have to be full, and that should make our life a little easier. Where are you? Red truck. Are you the red truck? Are you going to the... I think you are. I think you're the right one. Pretty sure it's going to the depot right now, so this should be good. Don't go to the depot anymore and start bringing in some crops because we are running out, and that is our moneymaker right now. Now, there are 1,000 tons sitting over here, and yes, you're saying it, that is a great idea. How about we let you go out here? Okay, let's do this again. You need some fuel, sorry about that. Let's have you go out here, erase from line, and then have you go to this guy, load with grain until it's loaded, and bring the grain all the way down here. Nope, not there. I don't like that one. I want you to go to here because it's closer. Remove this one from the line. There you go, cargo station 2, wait until unloaded, just crops. I just want to be able to see what they're doing, so we're just going to assign it like that. Cool. That one, it's just 1,000 tons of crops, but we're already in May. That may take us through a couple years or so of materials. So if we make this one also come out down here, then turn the light back on. I think it's this guy. Yep, that's it. And assign you to this truck. Then we should be able to alleviate our traffic just a little bit. That should be okay. All right, rail. Let's build the rail thing. How do I want this to look? Do I want this to be a main line that passes through if it wants to, or do I just want this to be a simple turnaround spot and get back on the actual main line, which is currently here, which the angle is not ideal, and I cannot use this because I don't have a direct rail connection from the distribution office. Now I could probably plop one in here, but that's just silly. Let's not do that. I don't know what I want to do with this yet. This may just become a rail depot, or I don't know. We'll figure out what we need to do there later, but passenger trains, at least when they go here, can make it out this way to go wherever I'm going to go next, and that's what we should worry about. Trains. Cancel where, because we don't need this piece anymore. There you go, and there you go. I would probably like rail to run closer to that mountain unless I want this to be our main rail line, which, looking at everything, there's not a good reason to head straight for the river here. We could just go there. The only problem is we may have a lot of traffic on the bauxite setup because it's relatively high volume. It's not super high volume, but relatively high volume. So we could go around the mountain, or we could go straight by this thing, and I still need a way to actually turn around. So how do I want to do this? I should have thought about this before, but I didn't. So let's see. We're just going to start something. If I decide that this is my main line that's just going to follow, or just going to run relatively clean next to this thing. Okay, we're right-hand traffic. We'll just see how this plays out. We're not going to use the grid lines because they're silly, but you can come out this way, and you can probably go to the left of this, maybe? Not 100% sure yet, but let's make it a nice long turn radius, and it should give us enough for the next step. Oh, come on, let me do the thing. Yes, so this is our main line, if we're just gonna decide that's what it is. Now, we have this little thing here with 6 tracks. Wonderful. One of the solutions would be just to run the main line right through this station, but I'm worried that if I do that, we start blocking our train, so I don't want to do that. I do like the idea of having several tracks go one way and several tracks go the other way, but that may be complicated because this is the direction that the track comes in. So if we do that on this side, you could just continue on here, and that's literally just a few lines taken out, and then we can still take 4 that behave differently. But I think, A, this is way too short. A distribution office, let's find you. A rail distribution office is longer, like at least this length is what we have to support. And, well, the trains that are run here may be more dedicated trains anyway, so this would not be enough. Okay, cool. At least I know that. Well, we knew that before. So let's take those out, and this out. The other option is to have a very simple one-way in and one-way out for all of them, but I don't know that I actually give myself enough room here to make that happen. I could push all of this further to the left a little bit, but we really don't have that much room. But honestly, I probably can. There's no good reason for this to be this close to the mountain anyway, so let's just do that. Let's take that one out, this one out, and then here's a problem because we actually need a demolition office for this to go away. So let's see, can I assign this? It shouldn't take very long. It's just a long distance that it has to drive, and we have, what, 10 tons of construction material. That is 2 full trucks full, so that's not super helpful. So that's the first thing. We could move, let's see, F2. We were already in the mountain, so I don't think we can just go up the mountain any higher. So what I'm doing here is probably what we have to do going forward. For some reason, we're losing some citizens. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, we had some escapes. Why do we have escapes? There's a clear dip right there. Are we out of something? Have I missed something in here? We have research program, vehicle type, global market, vehicle, nothing. Okay, nothing there is telling me anything. Over here, we have more than sufficient treated patient space, but maybe our vehicles can actually make it out to our patients that we actually need to treat. That could be a problem. I'm just going to increase this a little bit to, let's say 10. And yeah, that looks good. Is this? Yeah, they're 1-to-1. I wasn't sure that these numbers are supposed to be the same or not. So that may help. What's our average age? Average age is, well, death of child, arrival in prison, crime, unable to get clothes. Why do people not get clothing? That part does not make a lot of sense to me. There should be no problem for all the shoppers out there, but okay. Looks like we have the alumina plant done. Let's just get the aluminum started and we should be happier. What's over here? Cars for loyal citizens? Sure. Why not? Yeah, this could also be just a natural dying of people, but I just want to investigate what's going on here before I just make any conclusions. So, deaths. Yes, there were more deaths recently. Okay, that's a spike. That's clear like 100-some people. Oh, you can pin it now. That's great. So, on June 4th, we had 126 deaths. And these spikes should be reoccurring. So when was this one? Also in June of 68. This is in June of 70. So every 2 years, having 100 people die feels maybe okay because our average lifespan is still above 80. I think that should be okay. We have a very high number of escapes. That's fine. And we had some more recently. So no, they're unhappy about something. I need to figure out what that is. No problems here. No problems here. No problems here besides the spirituality. That is kind of scary, because if that's the only problem that they tell me about, then there's clearly something else going on. You know what we're going to do for right now? We're just going to spend a little bit of money that we have for a few more people, and we're even going to spend something on third world immigrants, because we can educate these. We have the resources right now. We have everything that we need for them. 120 extra people, make this number go a little bigger. We have higher education, which makes me think electronics may have an impact on this, but I don't think they actually do. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're missing out on. 71% happiness is not terrible. It's not great. 63%, we're really healthy. We have some loyalty. And all those, they all look fine. So, yeah, I think that was just a natural decline in population because of when I invited those citizens in. So, I hope that's just fine. Get this one unassigned. Cool. Get the star in, and that should help our loyalty again just a little bit because people have to work here. Checking this. Fire ladder is there. This one is here. Okay, so that one is overflowing now. What are you doing? Your incinerator out to general separation. Okay. I think I want this to be a one-way connection only. Otherwise, I get confused. There you go. That should be fine. You can just dump whatever you have, which is just waste in that. You're just driving back and forth. That's good. These trucks are doing not much harm. Not right now. What are we doing here? We have some crops parked there. That is excellent. Yes, I need this one to work well, though. So, let's see. What are you currently assigned on? Do we have any? We do have this guy sitting here. We have some material sitting there. Construction waste. Okay. Could you please, instead of just doing simple one-ways... Oh, you do a distribution office thingy. Okay, I would like to get rid of the construction waste and the metal waste here, but you can't have everything. Mixed waste, yes, you can go separate that over here. That's moving. Okay, so we just need to make sure that this one actually gets emptied. There was a great mod, which I actually am considering adding. It looked like a flatbed truck that had 3 containers stored on it. 3, not 2. 3 containers stored on it. And that would help greatly with the customs house and with the transport of whatever we have going on here. Just in a lot of places will be really good, but it's a mod. So I'm asking you, would you be okay with me adding mods to this technically vanilla series? I'm okay with not doing it. It will make my life just a little easier, but it's not that important, so it's fine to not do that. How much money do you make me? 12 tons of... Huh. Me is confused. There's no value shown here. And that's very confusing. Do you really not make money for that? Or is it just because of the current cargo that nothing happens? I am really curious about that. So, you have 12 tons of something. I have it set to, I guess, only load what it can. That's not ideal, but that's fine. So if you're going here, we're just going to let it go to the customs house because I want to see if it does anything. 12 tons should be worth something. Actually, we can probably look at that here. I don't have to follow that guy. If we look at our exports, we are 1st of July. Perfect. So when this truck gets in there, we should see waste, like metal waste, metal scrap. I made... Yeah, we're making money. We had to pay $67 and you made $2,700. So yeah, it's just a UI bug. Nothing else is going on there. Would like you to pick up a little more than that, but it's okay. The way you're doing it is totally fine. And there's no good reason to not use a smaller truck for this, but this is fine. I guess every time this truck goes there, we'll actually pick up whatever's in here, and that's not a bad thing either. Cool. So they're getting along. This thing is slowly filling up, which means we probably have to assign this to the right place. Right now, the general separation, yep, it's that one, is assigned, and you're loading all the mixed waste. We don't need that anymore. Instead, we should just use this to load whatever is there, whatever percentage is there, anything that's in there, and go unload it. That should work. But yeah, there's a problem here, which you probably already noticed. We have 3 trucks exporting something here, which, well, loads up this again. But that's a story for some other time. I think what we need to do is get rid of a lot of things. So I'm going to shut up about that because it's not that exciting. You guys are doing your thing. We still have some clothes sitting there. That's good. We have a few less people working here. I don't like that look. But I'm going to get over it. All right, so Rail, you look like you got done here. Okay, let's get the best possible scenario for this thing again. Why is it? Was I using this one earlier? Which storage was I using here? I thought I was using this one, but it doesn't look... Oh, no, it's not a storage at all. It is a rail loading station, like this one. So we can do six setups like this, or 6 rail lines. And honestly, I much rather not use 2 of them than not have 2 of them. So if we assign you, or if we put you there, can I get a conveyor? No, I can't. Building in the way. Okay, so I just need a little further back, and then that should work very easily. This looks like it's just a wannabe added construction, so we don't need that. Back to here. Train aggregate. It just needs just enough room to build that conveyor belt there. Looks like that one also didn't do it. This is a part of the game that I don't actually appreciate, because if you tell me that you can build something, you should just build it the first time and not decide. JK, after I place it. So, there you go. Okay, let's see. How do we want this to run? We could... Well, no, honestly, I don't think I can do what I wanted to do here in the first place. Because I kind of was thinking, well, we could do this. We could run one up here, and we are on a mountain now, so let's turn on our mountain goggles. That's a very sharp turn, but these are freight trains that have to slow down anyways, because I have to wait here. And then we could put a semi-attractive short little rail yard over here. Length of 300 meters is probably fine. We probably don't need all of this, but that looks good. Excavators are working, and we're just not doing much here. So we could put a couple extra tangential lines over here. Get you assigned there or connected there, and you, no, I would like you here. No, I would like, I prefer you on here, but you don't like that, so I guess we're doing it this way. So we have 3 tracks sitting there. This is really ugly because I don't think I can put signals in a way that I like on this. So let's try that again. Just a little better. If we take you back just 1 tick, go back to concrete rail, like there. Can I get a spot on here? Not a good one. Shift doesn't do anything. F4, turning off snapping, doesn't do much either. So there's one more chance of just doing this first, and then this one hopefully feeding into that. No, it doesn't want to connect to that track very nicely. So I guess if we do it this way, it may work. Looks fine. Okay, so we're here, and that's good. And then I will just use the furthest one out to, well, I want this to be relatively level. So it would be good if we had a bulldozer here, but we don't have a bulldozer, so we can't have that. Now, we want to plan here to have all the trains sitting there. So what I want to do is just give myself an indicator of, I want about 300 meters for the length of the train. So all of our tracks that were built now just have to go to the end of this thing. Okay. I realized something that's silly. I'll show you what that is. F4 for snapping. And this is our length of train that we want here. How much bauxite are we going to produce here? People Joe, you're making this way too complicated. You're never going to need all of this. Stop. No, just stop. You're doing the wrong thing. What are the other options that we had here? We had a line with 4, which is probably sufficient. It looks exactly the same as this station, and 4 tracks is more than sufficient for what we want to do here. I'm not going to use the doubles because they're just too short. And that's the only reason for them. They will look funny, and the trains don't actually go through that way. Are they super cheap? 40 tons versus 97 tons versus 112 tons. Yes, they are super cheap. Oh my gosh, they're like half of everything, and we could just plop that here and it will look exactly the same, and will make my life a little easier. You just need 2 tracks. That should be fine. This rail is completely useless, by the way, because that rail really has to go on this side. I don't like how any of this is going, not gonna lie. I think what we're gonna do is just get the bulldozer out, and no, not even that. We're gonna go here and just cancel everything that we're planning. Don't like what that was doing at all, so we're just gonna get rid of that because we can do this good enough without the underground view. We can do this good enough without going that crazy about those things. Let's see. I think a very simple loop will do everything, will accomplish everything that we need to do here. So all I have to pick is if I want to go with the big train line, or with the big aggregate loader, or with the small one. Sorry, medium or small. Medium or small. It's just a lot cheaper, it's just shorter. The length here is the same, but we're going to extend it artificially anyways, so I'm kind of tempted to use this one. The only downside to this one, which is actually enough to convince me, is that we don't have that extra northern conveyor belt connection, so I guess I'm just going to use this one. Okay. All right, we're going to do that. It's going to do this thing again where it doesn't let me build the piece that it told me I can build. Nah. Game, just figure it out. That's not cool. Okay, a little further out. It's honestly not a problem. Now we have this, and let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yes, I think I like that. I think I'm going to just go with simple now. So if we run the main line past here, it should be very easy. There's no good reason why we can't just go straight through the station. And I think this is what we're going to do. I will have 2 that connect to this one and can go straight through. Okay, if we do that, we need a little extra room. So there's 123 as a station, plus another 140 will give us 180. This will give us 300 meters. So if we do that, then now we have a long enough piece of track that can get the thing started. I will give this a little angle because I think we're running into our gravel industry very soon. And then you can just feed straight into here as a simple simple double stop. That should be fine. And then this one just has to come out. You could connect straight onto this again if I give you a loop, or I could loop in here and then let you decide where you want to go. But I don't think I love that part yet. So we're just going to do this, and we'll see what I can do with the rest of this rail. Now on this side, I probably want the same length, about 300, well, we're now at almost 400 meters. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? How long is this one? This one's 180 meters, yes. So on this side, we don't need as long as I just placed it. I just need long enough. Let's get that back. We lost a little piece right here. Guess we have to do all of this again. Cool. Fine, I can do it. I like that money is coming in though. And then just like 180 meters is probably fine. So tracks can come in on both sides and can even go through. Okay, and the main line can bypass this. Awesome. Let's assume that the distribution office will come in here and park right there to get its stuff done. What is it supposed to do now? Well, it will block the main line just briefly. This should be fine as long as there's enough room to move around here. We can also build this as a terminal station where they can just flip around and we just give you this reverse track effectively. The trains do flip around quite easily, quite automatically, so this is totally an option. I don't love that option, but it is an option. Let me do it. Just let me do it. Shall we do that? Set this up as a terminal from both directions, and then life will be really easy. It's almost fine. I just don't know if we will ever need a through station. That's the problem. And I don't want trains to wait outside of this track area, which is also not a good thing. So... This is more complicated than I thought it would be. Not gonna lie, because it shouldn't be this complicated in the first place. Numbers are not moving. Don't like that. Due to no workplace, due to low education. Cool, we already educated half of our people. Great. What do you want to do here? What do you want to do here? I don't think I want the main line to go straight through there. There's also an option of putting one of these loading stations on each side of the main line and just having them connect to the main thing, but then I still have to turn them around. I still have to make sure that the trains can get back to the direction that they came from. So, you know what? I want to think about this for just a minute. I had an idea, which I don't think I hate, and I think will give us the best of both worlds. Let's take this one back just to the starting point, like probably here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, come on, let me do the thing. Very good. Then I want the same thing on this side. I just want to make sure that I have the same that I have the right length for what I want to do here. So we're just going to destroy all of this. It will be fine, I promise. And then give me more concrete rail and just run this straight for about 180 meters. Or yeah, here's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect in this case. Cool. That's done. What we're going to do is give the main line options. Options are for figuring out what it wants to do, and this should give us everything that the main line could ever ask for, which is the outside track can just bypass, and the inside track can choose to, well, not just the inside and outside track. I'll show you what I mean. Let's have this, and then let's add another track right here. So, if there ever is a traffic jam here, which probably won't happen because I'm over-engineering this anyways, they can just choose whatever they want to do. And what we're going to do here is give this line... Are you straight enough? Yeah, I think you're straight enough. I'll get you there. You can come in here. This line can just bypass everything, where this line will cross most of the main line, but it shouldn't be the end of the world for anyone. Okay, so that one can come in here. This one can just bleed in right there. So a relatively straight piece. Cool. So they can all go there. This is already a junction, so adding another piece that lets us cross back won't hurt here. So we're just going to do that, and this is just a larger junction. So now the trains can just pass however they want to pass. We then need to get back on the track. Now this is not ideal because, again, this will slow down the trains just a little bit, but there's a way for a train to at least pass on one side. I'm an idiot, aren't I? Yes, I am. I should just actually build this so that this thing is in the middle. We are running across the road that exists here, and this thing is just the centerpiece of the main line, but the main line does not have to use it. I think that is what we're going to do. Okay, we need light for this. $140,000 in the ruble in the bank. That is amazing. Awesome. Let's get rid of this one, get rid of that, get rid of this. And let's see if we can actually manage to make this happen. First thing I need is this is the main line, one side, and the other main line will be on the other side. That should be pretty self-explanatory, I think. Then we're going to run a piece of road across here. We just need it to be long enough, and we're going to do this, and then we're going to trick a little bit by chopping off just, that's the wrong one, chopping off just a tiny bit of this, that still we have a connection that we can cross here. Cool. Now, this is the hard part. Now we have to make sure that our conveyors can actually connect in the way that we need them to connect. Looks like that one is already happy. Cool. Now we have to get this one happy. And it looks like all of this is just flat. We don't have the high conveyors like we have in the middle, so there's a small challenge here. We have to figure out how we can connect this to the action over here. And I don't know. Yeah, it's this one. Now that building is in the way. Can we move that building? No, we can move everything to the right a little bit, and then we should be able to do that. So how about we do that? We just take that piece away again, like we did earlier. And then we see... Can you see how one is a lot higher than the other one? I don't like that, because I think that will make what we're doing here a lot harder. I just flipped the building to see if we have some opportunities here, and really it is very opinionated on that side, and we don't have a high connection down at the bottom, which is unfortunate. Now, do we have... Oops, that's the wrong buttons. Do we have any opportunity to get a high connection out here? Looks like the highest we have is there. Okay, that gives me a different opportunity. How high is our landscape here? Our landscape is 14 meters high, which tells me we can totally dig a little hole, and everyone can be happy. Where we're going to build dig the hole? Right here. it's going to be really simple, and I think we can do this in an almost clever way. Let's lower the terrain right next to this, and I would like to go, I don't even know, about to 5 meters. And you have to make these holes a little wider for this to actually work, but I want them to be low enough where we can actually get all the things that we want out of them. I guess 7 meters is all we're going to get there, and I'm going to do 7 meters here, because my plan is to just make it low enough that whatever conveyor we have can pass above these guys, and then we can get exactly the thing that I want to do here. I'm going to make this hole a little wider, which is sad, but that's okay. You can use buildings for this too. So we're about at 7 meters now. It doesn't have to be completely flat, but I don't want to make this too wide either. So that should be good. Now, F2 for the lowest spot. We're going to go from there, too steep of a descent. That's fine. I just need the game to start this so we can actually finish it later on. So, yep, dig the hole, dig that little canal. And why are my excavators not doing something? I don't like that. I want them to specifically dig a hole right here, but they're like, no, this is fine. I'm like, no, I want you lower. I want you much lower. Why aren't you doing this? Okay, we'll just make this uneven as much as possible, so at some point the game has to decide that it will make this smooth enough for our operations. So we're just going to extend this gully, like the white line, or the yellow and white line that we're chasing here. We'll make this one extend as far as the game lets us, and then hopefully by the end of it, we are in a position to get the connections nice. There we go. Cool. So again, from there to there, it's nice and dark, so nobody can see anything. Let's wiggle this around just a little bit. That's fine. If this is all you can do, then I guess it's all you can do. I'm not convinced by that, but whatever. Cool. We're just gonna call this a win. Right here. That's one of the main lines. It's gonna go through here. Let's hide the UI again. This is probably going to be a bridge, but that is okay. That is okay as long as I can get the thing in here that I actually want to get in. There's that connection. Cool. I guess I have to turn you around. There's that connection, and there's this connection. That's what I want. We will have a slight problem with the road, I believe, but we're going to cross that road when we get to it. Can I get a bridge connection right there without much of a fuss? And it can just be the steel bridge. It doesn't have to be fancy. Yes. I didn't know that we can do that. But that is actually perfect because that... It doesn't look like it's low enough. You know what? I will allow that because I don't want to drag this out more than we have to. And you're also not perfectly straight with this piece. Yes. Should I risk this? Yes, no, maybe, kind of. Let's make this one straight with that piece. And maybe... Well, the bridge is already doing what it's supposed to. And honestly, it looks relatively straight, so I'm okay with how that looks. Let's get our train aggregate in here again, connect you to that, and now you look like you're actually aligned with that road. Are you extending the bridge? That's wild. That's very wild. Let's get a conveyor belt in here. Cool. I wasn't sure if it's going to let me, but it looks like it can. We have all the things that we need, so I'm just going to leave that alone. This conveyor is not totally necessary, but I wanted it anyways. So that is good. Now we will just probably take back the rail a little bit here because we do want it to come back up relatively soon because we need to join with the rail that's going on here. So let's do the parallel rail on this side. That should be fine. And with this, it is almost a necessity to make... Ugh. For some reason, terraforming doesn't feel like it's as... helpful as it was before. Now I know that some of you will say it was never helpful in the first place, but I really feel like usually the smoothing is not this stubborn on not smoothing anything at all, so that's a little weird, but okay. Let's take this one back again. We do want some tracks in here, and I'll show you what we're going to do there, but yeah, it's just a little more edgy than it needs to be, and that's a little unfortunate, but okay. So you can just come in here, little swan neck, and we'll just allow that. Good. So now we have the actual loading done in the middle, and this one can probably be our main line coming here. These can connect, and if I remember right, which is a stretch, a stretch at best, there's a setting that will tell trains which way to prefer. If you have right-hand traffic, they should turn right first before they turn left, unless there's no room. So we'll see if this works. This may be a total experiment, or it could be totally awesome. Really hard to say, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to give 2 lanes, or 2 tracks, 300 meters, that's more than sufficient. I only want to fit 1 train on here. Why are you doing that 300 meters long? Now it's over 400 meters. It's just space for a really long train. We're going to give space for a really long train to come in here. Crossing not allowed. Are you kidding me? That's a pretty sharp turn there. But that's okay. We're going to give plenty of space on that side. I hope we can do something similar space-wise on this side. F4 maybe? I want to get close to 300 meters. There's 300 meters right here. And there's night mode. Perfect. 200,000 in the bank? What is happening? I can invite a lot more people, and then we will get even more money even faster. I am very excited about that, if you cannot tell. Let's take this back a little bit because we will make this pretty enough. And get you connected here as well. That's our 300 meter goal. Very good. So those are there. Then you can just slice in here. You can just slice in there. That should be really easy. And you just have to connect back onto this without looking too suspicious. Very good. So that's in there. Very good. Now, here is the important piece. This has to be a turnaround for the trains that want to do something. So, trains that want to go through can go through here. And what I just said doesn't sound like it's related to what I'm drawing right now, but just hang on and follow what I'm doing here. So those can just go right in here, and there's a little bit of a mountain here, so I think this will look completely awful, but it will be fine. You can go in there, and you can go in here. Yes, this is totally over-engineered. Now, the important thing is that if a train is 300 meters long, or about that long, give it a way to return onto the opposite line. Now these, oh, come on, give me a connection that looks, no, all of those awful. Yeah, you have to allow your train, maybe F4, turn off snapping. Yes, that's better. You have to allow your train to actually be able to turn around where it is, and if it's a long train, it's this one. These are all going to be single blocks. The main line's probably going to be 2 blocks long, maybe. You have to allow your train to actually turn around and get onto the same track, otherwise it's not going to work. Same thing has to happen here. Obviously, it's just a little longer, but the behavior is exactly the same, and I'm hoping... Pressing not allowed. Really? What are you? I'm very much hoping that the signals that we can throw in here will allow all of this, because it's pretty much the normal through station where you have single direction in, double direction out. So they can only enter these 2 tracks from this side. They can exit on this side or on this side if they want to. And the same thing on the other side. I kind of like this. You can hate it if you want, but I kind of like this. What I don't like is that this piece of mainline is not as long as this piece of mainline, but it should be fine because it allows everything that we need to happen right here. Now with that done, I think we can say that this piece of mainline, let's find our fuel station, which is right there. This piece of mainline can go back all the way to here and can connect to the piece of connection that we just added, which is right there. Very good, nice long piece. That should make construction a little easier. Wow, that's a really long piece of rail. Are they spaced appropriately? No, they're right next to each other, so that's not very helpful. Let's check one thing. For a while, shift and drag was disabled, and it's still disabled, which is just very unfortunate. But that's fine. Oh, I had snapping off. It wasn't working because I had snapping off, so that makes sense. F4. Concrete rail. Let's run it out here. That looks fine. This all looks fine. I do think this game is really good at snapping when you tell it to. There's a different game, Transfer Fever, that doesn't always snap all the way when you do this. But that looks fine. That is connected, and if we ever have to, there is a ton of opportunity to build a crossover here or to build a connection to the gravel industry that we still have to build. Yes, I like this. Research is finished. Hey, now that we have that, how about we break everything that we just built? No, I'm gonna assign this and think of a way to add our alumina plant. We need coal. Gosh, I feel this is probably stupid at this point. I feel that I may want. I really like this. I like this setup. I really do. I feel that I don't want to build alumina here. This will just be a bauxite production zone that we can use for imports and exports for quite a while. And if we want another bauxite production, I will not start that until we have airplanes that actually need it. Because I really like this setup with the mainline and everything. And if we want to build more industries in here, then the mainline effectively has to run on the outside of all of this, which is fine, which we can do. But just adding this, then adding the aluminum plant will feed all the way over here. And at that point, our main line just has to run on the outside of this. And this will just be a big terminal. No, I kind of like what we have here. I think this is totally fine, totally appropriate. So that's what we're going with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this behavior. I should have not started the construction on this already because it would have been a very nice thumbnail. But how are things over here? You have some crops in. Cool, we're getting crops from right here. That's good. You have crops stored here, up the wazoo. Awesome. How many do we have on each field? A lot. That tells me I can probably go over here, use my little money that I still have and move all of the, not the refrigerator, but the covered holds, yes, over to, oh, look at that, it's a red one. It's a fire truck. Oh, that's cool. Move all of the covered holes that we have. Covered, this is not covered. Okay, I need this one. Or I bought a new one? No, that's wear and tear. Used. Okay, the only one that's not... Okay, then I just bought that wrong. That's fine. I can get these covered trucks over to here and they can help with the harvest just a little bit while they still can. Have I ever built this guy? Yes, I have. There's a fuel station right here. And are we delivering any fuel to this guy? Yes, we are. So this fuel station can just be demolished. Yes, there's a little fuel stored in there still, but it's fine. Oh, there's hazardous waste because of... That's cool. That's nice. That's a nice little add-on. If you destroy a thing that has fuel in it, you created hazardous waste. That I actually quite like. Great. So, bauxite should be fine. We still need water. We still need sewage. Oh well, there's a sewage connection right there, technically. We still need to build the rail. We still need to build a lot of things. But I like where this ended up. Very much, honestly. Well, 3,700. We have more people. That's good. You're half full, you're not full, you're full, and you're partially full. So we have some room available, but not a lot. But I don't see a huge population boom either, so I guess we're okay. I'm not really using these workers, am I? Well, I have a bus. That's my worker bus. You have 3 prisoners. Why do you have 3? Oh, capacity 5, but there are only 3 that were available. Where are you taking us? Doesn't matter. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this one, and you will like the next ones. We are starting to branch out now. I think we're pretty close. Once this city hits 5,000 people, we're probably good on workforce and can max out all the industries that we have here. Probably a little more is not bad, like 6,000 would be great. But once we're past that, which shouldn't take that much longer, we should be able to get to City 2. Probably before then, but at least then we should be fine. Also, the customs house traffic is still abysmal. Oh well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.